Hello, I'm Ileana Piña from Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia, and this is my blog. I want to talk to our audience today about a study that was published relatively recently, mostly out of Europe. The name is STRONG. And what STRONG HF wanted to do, this is the baby of Alexander Mebaza, a wonderful heart failure cardiologist from Paris, and Gad Cotter, who has been in Israel. And they thought of, we need to get the drugs on board. You've heard me say so many times on these recordings of mine that we need to get the patients on the right drugs. And we've talked about the 4 pillars of care for low ejection fraction, the HFrEF population, which includes the SGLT2 inhibitor, which is our newest addition, a RAS inhibitor. In the patients who are 2 or 3, the guidelines prefer the ARNI, the beta blocker, and the MRA, which is either spironolactone or eplerenone. But how do we do this? We've often talked about, oh, it's going to take me 3 months to do this. Well, the STRONG concept, and it was a randomized trial versus usual care, is to get the drugs on relatively quickly and at good doses. It does require repeated visits, which is something that we do in our post-discharge visit, but not waiting to up-titrate, but going ahead to up-titrate. The negative part of it has been very, very small, which means adverse events in the rapid up-titration, and some guides about what's a blood pressure that's okay. I often get asked, well, my blood pressure is 90, it's too low, and I always say, well, is the patient symptomatic? Can they stand? Can they walk? Can they talk? Do they look like they're functioning? 90 may be okay. I get nervous when it gets into the low 80s. Then I get nervous. So knowing some guidelines, the potassium, how high do you accept a potassium? When is it that you stop? Is there a break in this that you have to stop and then reassess? But this is all being driven by a very important biomarker that you've heard me talk about before, which is NT-proBNP. NT-proBNP is such a powerful marker of remodeling and reverse remodeling that if you're up-titrating the drugs and the NT-proBNP is coming down, you're going in the right direction, which is how I use it. I use it usually by the time I'm 50% of the dose I want, I get an NT-proBNP. And I see the 12,000s and the 20,000s, and now in front of me is a 2,000, 1,000. I am definitely going in the right direction. So now we have to implement this very important study. And I think every center should be trying to do this. Every heart failure program should be trying to do this. But you're going to have to model it to your own system. Not everybody has the post-discharge clinic. And the culture of every system is very, very different. But if you can adapt it to whatever your system allows, remember that the STRONG HF outcome had positive benefits. There were certainly decreased hospitalizations. So if you want to keep your patients out of the hospital, I've said it before, let's get them on the right drugs. We have not been doing a good job, and we've been having a lot of excuses for removing the good agents when in fact the science does not support it. So this is the science. Let's get it done. Ileana Piña, shutting down for today. Thank you.